What is the hidden?
Great. Totally exciting.
Some people have already found out.
It had me on the edge of my seat. I was grabbing hold of him all the time.
And they love it.
I loved it. I loved it.
Knock your socks off. Awesome movie. You got to get to see it.
It's just great.
Out of the car, slow.
Dynamite, fantastic.
Action.
The hidden.
We talking spacemen here?
Rated R. Starts Friday, October 30th at a theater near you.
I am from beyond. Listen, and all you desire will be yours. Welcome to Spider-Dan and the Secret Wars. Prepare for Prattle.
Welcome to Sharing the Silver Screen. Me and Andy are back once again sharing films that the other one has not seen, and it is my turn, and I'm sharing a hidden film with Andy. We talked about Signs last time, a very, very different kind of film, but kind of similar as well. Both films that almost made our Alien Month. So today, the hidden film that I've chosen for us to have a look at is Jack Shoulder's 1987 film from New Line Cinema, New Line Entertainment. It is The Hidden. So, Andy, hit us with it. What did you think to The Hidden?
You know what? I thought this was fucking great. I thought it was great. Absolutely thought it was great. Again, as with all of the films that you sort of put forward, I had no idea what I was expecting. I had no idea what I was walking into. I knew there'd be some kind of crazy sort of premise and an idea to it, because you briefly sort of gave a brief outline of what it would be. But my God, I don't know why this one just has literally vanished. It's This could easily be, and probably should be, one of those cult classic movies up there with They Live and other movies like that.
Well, I mean, it was out around the same time, wasn't it? It was like the height of the buddy cop kind of time, that era as well. So I think it had a limited release, and I think unfortunately it was kind of, as the title implies, I think it was kind of hidden, unfortunately. New Line is the House That Freddy Built, and Robert Shea makes a cameo, I think, in this, and Lynn Shay you see very briefly as well. So they're always in these films, and I think the focus at this point was like during the kind of Freddy mania. So they were like absolutely like recently, funnily enough, I watched the last 3 installments of not Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I'm doing something for Patreon. I'm doing Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, and there are some characters and some crossover elements. So I want to catch up and rewatch those, because I hadn't seen them since I was like a teenager. And in fact, the dog in this is called Jake, I think. Jake the dog. The actor is called Jake the dog, and he's the dog that pisses fire and resurrects Freddy Krueger in the 4th one. So I was like, I was sat there and I was like, I swear that's the same dog. I swear it is. And I was like, all the dots are connecting. So I was like, I'm going to look this up, and lo and behold, yes, it was. So yeah, and Jack Shoulder actually directed the second Nightmare on Elm Street as well. So they're already connected. They're in that world together. And the dog in that was called Jason, and there's a Jason in this. So Jason Voorhees in this. Ted White, who was in Starman. You remember the deer hunter in Starman, the kind of bully? Yeah. He played Jason in Part 4, the final chapter. He played Jason Voorhees. So it's all connected, man. It's all connected.
All connected.
But yeah, I thought that I described it to you, I think, last time as kind of Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets Terminator. And
that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. And it's like B-movie glory, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Exactly that. Just in total B-movie glory. Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I really
it's a thrill ride.
It's great.
It's a thrill ride.
Right from the very off, it just brings you in with just the absurd level of action.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is literally absurd. Like there's a bank heist at the beginning, and you're like, what the fuck? What's going on? I don't even know what this film's about. And it's a car chase straight away. There's people getting absolutely mullered in this car chase. There's a poor guy in a wheelchair that gets destroyed by the car.
Yeah.
You're just like, fucking hell. What is it? And literally, I was sat right here watching it on this screen, and I was like, am I watching the right film here? Because I don't know what the fuck this is. No title credit, no nothing. It was just like, huh? People are getting destroyed, and then the car chase comes to an end, and just loads of police officers just destroying the shit out of this Ferrari. And you're like, who signed off on this? Ferrari are really particular about car usage in movies, and you're like, they allowed this? They allowed this?
Apparently.
What? All right, okay. Oh, fine, sure.
I didn't know that about Ferrari, but yeah, like we are literally...
They're very particular because they're very particular just in general. Like if you buy a Ferrari car, you are not allowed to make any modifications on it. You're not allowed to do anything to it because it damages the integrity of the brand. Because you're literally buying, you're buying a piece of culture.
Yeah,
it's like buying art. You're not allowed to do anything to it because you're buying art. And if you do, if you change anything, change the muffler, change the, put some fucking LEDs on it or something, you get fucking blacklisted.
Really?
So you're not allowed to buy any again. Yeah, there's somebody quite famous who bought a couple of Ferraris and then hired somebody to do loads of work on them and just change them, like lower the seats or something daft like that, and they've just fucking blacklisted him. We're still able to get Ferraris, third parties or whatever, but he was like, not allowed to buy direct.
Wow.
So because you're literally buying art, you're buying that. So I was just surprised all the way through this movie. He likes Ferraris. He's stealing Ferraris. I was like, all right, okay, cool.
I want that car. I want this car.
But it's just a baffling ride right from the very off, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it doesn't give you any explanation for such a long period of time that you are literally glued to it because you're desperate to find out what the actual fuck is going on. Like, because I was just like, I'm still like halfway through the film, and even when Carl Maclachlan comes in, I was like, right, this is the right film, but I still have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the good thing about it, because you literally are just like, oh, wow, this is balls to the wall. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess it's kind of the opposite of the thing you hate, which is like exposition.
Yeah.
It goes, make your own mind up, figure it out. That we've got this fucking space slug. Literally looks like a slug with kind of
it's a mixture of like slug and a spider, isn't it?
And then it's got the little wormy, like the thing, those little like wormy elements to it at the base.
Yeah, and it makes that noise as well. Like
fucking like a
cicada,
like a cicada or something.
It's a modified cicada noise, isn't it? Like
and
it's really unnerving.
And I like kind of body horror stuff, and like the way that this creature gets inside of the people is basically it's like an oral thing. They just shoots this slug out of its mouth directly into the next person it's possessing. And it's I think you only really see it once, but that's enough. It's like I kind of don't want to see that again, and you don't really get a sense of it later until there's like various other moments, but it's more they show it briefly, but they show it in detail in that first kind of swapping or passing over between the different bodies. And it's absolutely fucking disgusting. And I love this. I think it's great. I think it's because it's kind of almost like you're the main character, you're the cop, the human cop in this scenario, and you're like, this is all very strange. The FBI are now here, and all these random people are connected. How are they connected? What's going on? And it just gets more and more mental, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, guess what? Oh, there's another dead stiff, and they're like, yep, one in the parking lot. Like, fucking, what is going on?
We are literally following the main character, the cop, around, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like we are on his shoulder the entire time, as it were, sort of like going through the mystery, going through the carnage and the chaos, trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and we share his bafflement as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
The bit when they're having the shootout, the bit when they're having the shootout with the stripper. Yes, that it literally happens. And she's got a fucking big ass shotgun, and she switches to a Steyr machine gun, which I love. I love that machine gun. It's typical 80s machine gun you see in movies. They have it in Die Hard and everything. And she's just using those weapons, and him and Cal Maclachlan are just trying to take it out. He's just taking all these bullets, and he's like, what the fuck? There's literally a moment in this massive shootout. He's just stood there going, like, what the fuck's wrong with my gun? Because she's just there going. But even I was doing the same thing, because I was like, how is she taking all these bullets? I don't get what's going on. Like, because again, it doesn't explain. Like, it very sort of briefly explains a bit later on when the cop sort of comes to terms with what they're dealing with, and he says, is he dead? Is this person dead? When it's shifted into somebody else, and Carl McLachlan goes, yeah, he is, and you kind of get that realization as soon as they've been taken over, they're not there anymore, they're dead, because as soon as it leaves them, they'll be left in a fucking mess, really, won't they? So you get those little snippets. And that's not really exposition, is it? It's just snippets of understanding, snippets of developments. You're learning as the characters learning.
It's not an info dump. It's not like here's
it's a realization. It's a realization
exactly.
and an understanding of the circumstances and what's happening. So it's good in that way, because it doesn't fill you with bullshit. No. It's more interested in how many bullets and squibs can we have on these actors and just make it so utterly ridiculous, and yet make it impactful, because it's ridiculous, but not in the sense of you go, oh fucking hell, what's going on here?
It's not campy. It's not campy or like
not
over the top.
In any way, shape at all.
It takes itself quite seriously. But it is mad. It is like very intense. And that's what it's a thrill ride. I describe it as a thrill ride because that's exactly what the alien creature is after. It's after that sensation, those thrills. It loves, hard rock music. It loves fast cars.
It's sat in the diner.
It loves.
Turn it down, please. Sat with his fucking boombox just while he's eating steak and chips. Like, it's fucking bizarre.
It has sex at one point, and you can hear it enjoying the sex as well, and then it enjoys murdering somebody as well. So there's this weird kind of aspect. But what I also love is your old friend Cal Maclachlan, again, who not long after this goes on to do Twin Peaks. I think his performance is amazing. Like the complete kind of antithesis of the alien creature. There's still a bit kind of, the alien creature's not like, charismatic or anything, but it is a completely, it's like the anti-version of him, but he is kind of almost like, it's kind of like autism-coded, the way he displays his characteristics, and like he's playing with his food and the way he responds and talks to like stimuli, and and he has he stares at this little girl instead of saying good night, which kind of infers they have some kind of unspoken bond or connection. And then he struggles to drink, and he there's so many little
ends up with a massive hangover.
I love the Alka-Seltzer stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like
it's Alka-Seltzer you put in your mouth. Hey, listen,
takes a bite.
As a friend, don't ever drink again.
And then later on they give him the asprin, and he goes, he puts that in like the Alka-Seltzer.
The cop who's giving him is just like, what the fuck are you doing? The only thing I'll say about that is because it kind of felt a bit off, because when we first see Carl Maclachlan, he's very resolute. He's, I'm an FBI agent, I'm here to do this, I'm here to do that. And it's almost as though when they do that dinner scene, when he's acting a bit awkward, it's almost as though they're not really sure how to play it. It seems a bit off compared to what we've already seen of him. So it caught me out a little bit, because I was a bit like, all right, we saw him being quite capable and quite demanding in terms of we need to go and get this guy, we need to go and do this job. So he's been around for a little while, and we know he has later on in the film. We know he has for a little while. He's been in this situation. So it felt a little bit off because I was like, I don't buy that he doesn't understand how to do certain things, because I think he's well versed in how it works.
Yeah, he can convince people he's an FBI agent, so he's capable enough to do that. Yeah. So he should know how to eat and drink. Yeah. And
it just felt a bit false for me. Yeah. That scene felt a bit false. I appreciate the sort of the thing with the daughter, because there is something very real there for him as a character when he talks later on about, you know, his own family and X, Y, and Z. I mean, we're in spoiler territory, aren't we? We're skirting around it. So Carl Maclachlan. So spoilers, we are in spoilers. Yeah. So Carl Maclachlan is an alien himself, and he's taken over, you know, the personality and the persona of an FBI agent who's previously died. So he's basically inhabiting this body in order to find this other alien who he's seeking revenge for, and almost like a bit of an intergalactic policeman as well. Yeah,
I'd say so.
He's got his own police weapon, hasn't he? Which is very Men in Black kind of weapon.
Yes, it looks like the cricket from Men in Black. Yeah, and he's been searching for him for 9 years, so he's a pretty shit alien policeman. It's taken him 9 years.
But again, like for a good majority of that time, he has been on Earth as well. So I was kind of a bit like, I think we've pushed this to try and make it a bit jokey than we really needed to, because I think we're buying into him as being a bit socially awkward anyway.
Yeah, and then I feel like
it's kind of almost like we need to reveal it.
Yeah,
but we're not going to reveal it yet. But you kind of throw the cards on the table a bit too early, because I think that reveal we get a bit later on is actually really pretty good.
Yeah,
it's quite a good reveal. And that when you look back and go, well, they did that dinner scene, which was a bit naff, unnecessarily naff. They could have just maintained the social awkwardness, not necessarily not knowing how to drink, a cup of coffee or eat his food, and just play it normally, and then have that reveal, and it still be perfectly fine, because you could have had the weirdness when he goes in and sees the child, and he doesn't know how to react. You know, you've got that anyway. So I just felt it was a little bit off.
Yeah, I saw it as kind of that he was kind of dropping his guard a little bit, like he dropped the pretense a little bit because he was comfortable with these people, with this, and he was reminiscing about his own family that was killed, and his partner that was killed by this same alien that he's chasing. And that's why I think he has the alcohol, and he's kind of like, he's in a place where he feels comfortable to. Because they think he's very unusual. They think he's very odd, or eccentric. But they're not rude about it. They're not like, they're not like, how dare you? You're weird. Why are you doing that?
I think the alcohol's fine, and that kind of what follows on from there, where he does the thing with the Alka-Seltzer. I think that could have been your first sort of
nod,
nod to something not being quite right about him as a character, not being all there, and that could have been the first sort of thing that they, rather than the dinner scene, it could have been the morning after, where the cop starts having these weird sort of notions about him, like who actually, he's not quite right, him. Who fucking puts Alka-Seltzer in their mouth? Who puts aspirin in the cup of water, back to front? Those kind of moments leading up to. So that could have been. It could have just been left as because he's impaired because of the alcohol. This is where he's letting his human persona drop accidentally because he's impaired. Like, Alka-Seltzer. Oh shit! It is supposed to go in there. It's just a nitpick, but it's one of those. It's just an unnecessary thing that just stuck out to me. But then coming away from that, the rest of the film is just fucking great, isn't it?
Yeah, I do have a slight issue with the ending. In kind of in regards to that as well. What you just mentioned, the ending is a bit.
It's a bit windy, isn't it? It's a bit like, how do we fucking resolve this?
Well, apparently the original version was that the creature was going to get away. That was apparently, but I think that
it would have been shit because the amount of time he gets away in the film.
Exactly.
Needed a resolution.
It'd be very anticlimactic, I think, to let that get away. And I think that end sequence is amazing.
Oh, fucking glorious! In fact, the last 20 minutes, I think is some of the best sort of 80s, B-movie action I've seen, because it's absolutely chaotic. It's absolutely carnage-ridden, and then you have just this magical final, confrontation, which I was like, how is this going to work? How is he going to get... Oh, he's got a flamethrower. Okay. And we had the Chekhov's gun earlier on in the film, didn't we? Where some guy goes, let's get off this guy in the street. It's a fucking flamethrower. Yeah. You're like, that's going to come in somewhere. And then, it's literally right at the end. And it's hilarious. I was literally just laughing. I was like, fucking hell.
Amazing.
Everybody else in all this big auditorium of people just going, fucking hell.
I just, because you think like, what's his plan going to be? How's he going to approach this? What can he do?
Yeah.
Like, this creature is now in somebody very important, surrounded by bodyguards all the time. How, just after an assassination attempt, so there's even more bodyguards around. And you think, how will he figure it out? He just goes, can I come in, please, with my bag? And they're like, let's see what's inside the bag. And he's like, just shoulder barges his way in, and then they start firing at him because they think he's an assassin, which technically he is. But they don't know the creature is in this senator, this kind of weird senator, and he just literally flamethrowers the guy on stage. And absolutely just obliterates him. Big, long kind of burn as well. But absolutely mental. Just a mental way to kind of end. They kind of just went, he's just going to run in. And then he gets shot and, to bits and what have you. But the way they sort of they get around the thing of like, oh my God, he's just killed the senator. You see the creature come out and somebody goes, hey, look at that. And then he kills the alien. So everyone in the room's seen this alien just to dispel any sort of like, oh my God, he's assassinated the fucking senator. Like how again, it's one of those B-movie things, and there's like no resolution beyond that. Nah. We just accept that one random woman saw this fucking alien, so everyone saw it, and everyone, he's just killed an alien then, hasn't he? Never mind that he's assassinated the senator. Oh, it's because he was possessed by an alien. The world's been saved. Yay. I never liked him anyway. I never liked his policies anyway.
Yeah, and hang on a minute. What does that mean for the wider world? Fuck it.
Who cares?
Never mind.
Who cares? But I think I'm with you. I think it's a blast. Again, not perfect by any stretch, but
no,
I think
God, no.
If you're looking for just a kind of an 80s action movie with sci-fi elements, I think you absolutely could not go wrong with this. And I think it's great. There's some really good set pieces, really good stunts, like that big dive from the top of the building that the stripper does. Yeah, is amazing.
Dives through the fucking neon lights and everything, which is like
just amazing, and then just like flipping and turning. Like you said, all this car chase. It's a really good chase movie. I think it's a really it has the tension, and it has those kind of softer, more emotional scenes. You've got enough connective tissue between these big set pieces. I love the bit in the prison in the where he gets inside the police captain, and he's like, he just goes into like, he gets the grenades out, he gets a rocket launcher, gets that machine gun you like, and he's just like, where are you going? What are you doing? And you're like, oh no, we're under attack. I need these things. And there's and this is the point where, like you said, he starts to believe. And some great little nuggets from from Maclachlan, when he says stuff like, "Where you from?" and he's like, and it's like, "Oh, up north, like whereabouts?" And it gives them like a weird name, and they're like, "Wow, is that in America? It sounds foreign." Or the bit where he's like, I've been searching for this suspect for 9 years. Your time, and he's like, your time.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, exactly. There's just these little nuggets of him, and again, I think the performance is great. Like the way he approaches and looks at it, and they're clearly like two very different like alien races as well. They have different like strengths and weaknesses. Like the alien. I also like as well that the alien, even though it can jump to these bodies and it can make them somewhat invulnerable to a point, once the body is used up, he has to transfer to the next body. But,
and you get that with the second body, don't you?
Yeah.
So the second guy he sort of infects has like a heart condition. It transfers over in a hospital. So he's got a heart condition, and we get told that by the doctor, because they're like, "What do you mean he got up? This guy came in, he's about to fucking die from heart failure. What do you mean he fucking got up?" And he's all the time he's just wandering around making these weird noises because his heart's giving out, which leads the alien to sort of be in a position where he becomes a bit desperate, doesn't he? Which is when he takes over the stripper. And I did think when he goes into the stripper's room, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna see some phallic mouth transference with a stripper here." And I was like, "Oh, good. They cut away from it so we don't see that." That's a fucking dodgy bit there, but because you've seen it that first time, you know exactly what's coming, so you don't need to see it again.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you see briefly sort of like the kind of thing going on, and him coming out of the arm and whatever. But so.
I think
there's a lot of weird body horror elements in there, isn't there? Which is just classic 80s body horror. The dummies and the models, and it just looks great. You can't. There's nothing better than good old fashioned practical effects with movies like this. And I think that's why it works so well, because all through the movie there's practical effects, from the car chases, like you said, the stunts, the dives, the gunfights. Just even like fucking firing the rocket launcher and it blows up this massive room. The only bit of sort of special effects really is when Carl Maclachlan's using his alien gun thing, and it creates this weird sort of yellow sparkly glow thing. And then there's that guy who's testing it going, "What the fuck is it?" And it blows up a wall. It's great, just weird stuff. And that's the only real sort of like major sort of special effect really in the film, isn't there?
Yeah, it's
just
all
that glowing
it's all practical
thing.
Yeah, it's like you said, squibs, cars, explosions, and it's great, and I think that's why it works. In fact, Forbidden Worlds Film Festival that I've covered a few times, they showed it for a Halloween, I think, for like maybe last year's Halloween, I think, because I remember it coming up in my feed and stuff, and I went, "Oh, that'll go down a fucking treat at a film festival." It would absolutely go down a treat. It may have even been the final film they showed, I believe, in their Halloween version of the festival, and I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I would program that myself. I would put that on in that." Because it's going to go down like a treat, like Alligator or Starship Troopers, or films of that nature that they have ended festivals on. I was like, that's how you. It doesn't necessarily need to end the festival, but I think it feels like it's one of those that would end a festival, and it works. One of my only critiques is so Claudia Christian, who you might remember, Andy, from when I did Maniac Cop 2, which I think came out the year after this or a couple of years after this. She was in that as well, and she was going through a few bits and pieces personally, but I think the director, I think she auditioned, and I think she stuffed her shirt. Because I to get the role, because she was going to be a stripper. I think she stuffed her shirt, and I think she then came back and went, "I don't really want to do nudity, and my bust isn't as big as you may think," or so they had to kind of change her wardrobe and make her like her arse more prominent, which they do in that very strange dress she wears, that red one as she leaves,
like overtly obvious as well.
Yeah, overtly obvious. She's not wearing any underwear as well. And for some reason they give her, like, she doesn't have fake breasts as in silicone breasts herself, but they give her like fake breasts to put on under her t-shirt, and they look fucking awful. They look fucking dreadful. I've never seen breasts look like that, and no breasts in the world have ever looked like those. It was like she had like two pairs under her t-shirt. It was fucking bizarre, and I just think it's the least sexy thing. Like it's like, oh, stripper, sexy, or like, is it seedy? Is it sexy? It's kind of neither.
It's just kind of like,
we're in a strip
this
club.
is happening right now.
Yeah, we're just in a strip club. It's fine. And it's like, I was just like, the really noticeable. It really pulls me out of the film. Like how, like, not that I'm like, oh, I need to inspect these breasts. Let me look closely. It was like, it was just like. It was just like, they're not real. Like, they're not silicone, but they're not real. So it's like, it's kind of just fucks with my head. And then later on, again, she doesn't have as big a bust as she has in that scene, and it was just fucking pointless and weird. I don't know. I probably would have cut it. I would have had her maybe leaving the stage or just finishing as he arrives, the guy or something. I will say this is full of like absolute like 1980s, early 90s fucking like character actors as well, especially on the police force.
Yeah.
And the main guy, I can't remember the actor's name. I think it's Nori. Is it Tom? Tom Nori or something like that, but
Tom Nori.
I know you're a massive fan of Lethal.
Michael Nori. Michael
Nori. That was it. I know you're a massive fan of like Lethal Weapon, and one of the actors in this is in Lethal Weapon.
Edo Ross is in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Edo Ross. Yeah, he's the guy. Mr. Joshua's lighting his Mr. Joshua, your hand, please, and he's like, "What the fuck? You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy." And Mr. Joshua's like just holding his hand over a lit lighter, just like taking the pain. And he's like, "Oh God, you guys are fucking crazy! You guys are crazy!" It's that guy. He's fucking brilliant. You only see him very briefly, but he's got quite a big part in this, hasn't he? Yeah, he's on the poster as well, or the Blu-ray. He is, like it's his face, showing the hidden. And it's brilliant. Like I love all the dialogue from the cops as well. It feels real. It feels like. Apparently, it was based on like Sidney Lumet movies, like Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon, those type of films that were very like grounded in kind of realism and like the real what being cops and corrupt cops was really like. And I think the banter's great as well. Like it's funny, it's charming. I think it's aged fairly well as well. There's nothing like outwardly offensive about the dialogue, or there's no slurs or anything, which given the age could easily be in this film. But I like the fact that he had a family as well. The lead cop. And I was saying, going back to Lethal Weapon, Michael Nori turned down the role of Riggs to play this character, to be in this film. Oh, well, okay.
So that was a bad move.
Was it? No, it's one of those sort of like breaks in the path moments, isn't it? It's very similar to sort of Will Smith turning down The Matrix to do Wild Wild West. That kind of stuff. Like
sliding doors moment.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Maybe we could have got Michael Nori's Passion of the Christ, maybe.
Oh, maybe. But that's just it. It's one of them, isn't it? Like, there's a universe out there where Back to the Future doesn't have Michael J. Fox in it.
True.
It would have been a very different film. I can't imagine. I feel like Lethal Weapon would have been. Yeah, I feel like Lethal Weapon probably would have been a very different film if Michael Nuri had been in it, because he doesn't have that craziness. Mel Gibson's able to have that craziness in his eyes, isn't he? I think that's probably why it works so well as Martin Riggs. There's the intensity there.
It was already mad.
And then there's that.
Yeah, it was already insane.
That intensity's there, and then there's that vulnerable sort of madness behind the eyes, isn't it? Which I think just works so well. So there's like a lot of depth and emotional depth to Martin Riggs in that film. So
I agree.
I think, it would have been a very different film, I think.
Yeah, but I think he's good here, and I I like that he was the kind of stereotypical kind of like jaded policeman. Like I love that moment where they're like, we don't think he'll last the night. The initial body that the alien is in, they're like, we would, and then the doctor's like, hey, you shouldn't say that about people. Nobody deserves to die. And then the
he reels off the fucking things that he's done.
He goes, he's done this, he's killed kids, he's butchered them, he's shot people, he's robbed 3 banks, like a huge litany of felonies. And he's done that in 2 weeks. So if anyone deserves to die, it's him. I thought that was brilliant.
The doctor just left that like that.
He's like, fair enough, okay. Yeah, take your moral fucking, pandering and all that and get the fuck out. But I like that he has a family, because I thought they were going to go down the fucking, like, oh, he's divorced and he's fucking an alcoholic and he's, all those kind of standard kind of noir-esque kind of, like, jaded policeman tropes. And I'm so glad they didn't do it, because it obviously the ending, it is important for that and for Carl Maclachlan's character. But yeah, I'm so glad they didn't just do the same old fucking tired shit they do for kind of police, police detectives and characters and stuff. I'm glad they did something a little bit different. Again, the family are not in it a lot, but they are a constant presence. They call and they check in. And, so, and again, I like that. They could have just had one scene with the family or two scenes with the family, but they keep it a constant thing. Again, it's like having a narrator, but it doesn't narrate everything. That always fucks me off. Like, if you're just gonna narrate, I don't mind like narrating at the end and the beginning. I don't mind, but if you're gonna do it like several times but then drop it like halfway through and then don't do it again, that's what really fucks me off. So I'm glad they kind of peppered that through, like you said, kind of a Chekhov's gun type thing. But yeah, no, I thought that was the best way. But yeah, I think he's great in this. I think he's good. I think he grounds it as well, brings a believability to it, because it is insane. Well, the whole concept and the action and everything that goes on. Danny Trejo's in it as well, a little cameo by him. But, one of his.
What does he say? It's a fucking great line. Fuck, I can't remember what he says. But I'll put it back because I was like, I'm sure it was Danny Trejo.
It was, yeah.
It's sort of like, hey, what kind of cracker are you, or something stupid like that. I think there's like some sort of derogatory term.
Yeah.
And then he just gets fucking blown away, and it's hilarious. I think is it that just after Danny Trejo's come out of prison? I think I can't remember.
I think
just before he went in.
I think it was probably just as he came out, I think, very early on in his career. Because he was in a film, I think, that came out the same year, I think, which was called Prison. So he was kind of being typecast as a prisoner because he'd been in prison. And I don't think he was actively looking for roles as a prisoner, but I think they just like, you've got that face, you've got those tattoos, so let's roll with that. But yeah, I think he was in a Rennie Harlin film called Prison with Viggo Mortensen. I think he was in as well. So around this era, he's kind of doing those kind of roles until he gets with like Robert Rodriguez and Machete and all that sort of stuff, all the El Mariachi stuff. But yeah, like he's great. Very minor part in this. But yeah, it's like blink and you'll miss him. But yeah. That's a great
blink and he gets blown away.
That's a great sequence. I can't remember the line.
What he says.
Nah, don't worry about it.
It just made me laugh though, because immediately the possessed captain just goes. He goes,
yeah, I love that moment with the captain, and he's got the rocket launcher, and he ducks out of the way, and then they're like, and they're trying to shoot him, and they're like, fuck, we can't, we're pinned down, and then he just turns around this corner, points a bazooka directly at the prison cell that he is inches away from.
He's about 2 yards away from it.
And then they get a lucky shot in and shoot him in the head, and he just spins around and like absolutely takes out a prison wall. It's
like somebody went, we really need to have the use of a rocket launcher in this movie. How do we do it? And they went, I don't fucking know. Like, how can we do it? In the prison scene. Yeah, I know, but it's too close. I will have him get shot, and he just fires it randomly. Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds great. Does anything come of that? No.
Nah.
Oh, then.
That's great. It looks great. Works.
Yeah.
And when he's going in,
absolutely superb.
He's going in, and they're like, oh, what are you doing, Captain? He's like, let me in. He's like, oh, I can't let you in. I've got it. And he just pulls a pin on a grenade and just. Like,
Captain, don't do that. Ting! Fucking hell.
I love the Aliens 2 modes are like being really secretive and like, ooh, but then most of the time he's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm living the dream. It's like,
I think it's when he's desperate to like transfer into someone. It's ultra secretive, isn't it? It's like slinky.
Because he'll be vulnerable and
But then, like even when he's being peppered by bullet fire, he's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'll just keep going, and he just keeps going. Like towards the end of the film, when the senator's bodyguards are all like joining forces with the police to try and stop him, and he's just fucking mowing down all these inept fucking bodyguards. They've all got Uzis that are on single fire. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
You've
like
got an Uzi on single fire. Fucking rinse him.
Yeah.
He's just going. They're just there going, oh no, please stop. Ridiculous.
I think
it's ridiculous, but it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's that idea that they want to show that this thing can take damage. So and all the people are like,
yeah. And you see it, the amount of squibs that go off, and
God,
especially with Edo Ross, like towards the end of the film
when
he's going after the senator to transfer into the senator, he just gets riddled. He's wearing this grey suit that's just absolutely riddled with bullet holes. It's great. Yeah. That's the kind of thing that would just be immensely fun to do. You can just imagine it being immensely fun. Like you're going to take out everybody, but there's loads of squibs are going to go off. It's going to hurt. But it'll look great. You're like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. I think one of my favourite scenes in the film is when he goes to the car dealership, and the Ferrari. This guy's driving the guy in the Ferrari. This kind of like yuppie, and he's like, in like Miami Vice like clothing. He's like, yeah, I want to buy this. Yeah, we'll do the deal. And then, and then the alien just walks up and goes, I want this car. Give me this car. Give me the keys. And it's like, mate, chill out. I'll sell you another car. This one's being sold. Don't worry about it. I want the keys. I want this car. And then like the bouncer comes over, tries to take him out, and they just shoots them. And then he's like, "Give me the keys." He's like, "All right, oh okay." And it's so fucking 80s because they're just doing cocaine out of a little car in a car dealership, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I really want to buy that car. I can't wait to." And they're like, "Yeah, you can go like 100 miles an hour." What in the city? He's like, "Yeah, in the city. Where else would you do it?" Yeah, just fucking snorting cocaine.
Fucking ludicrous.
It's brilliant, like absolute 80s excess. And he just comes in and he's like, he says like, "Thank you," and then bye. Just, it's so bizarre. Like the movements are so like, it's so unusual and strange. It's not alien, but it's kind of like just like odd bit, like someone being very odd, or
it's very much like sort of Men in Black.
Yes,
the Men in Black character, but not as extreme. It's like Men in Black saw this film and then went, right, we'll use the same fucking villain type, but we'll dial it up to fucking 11. So he's all like, I just fucking love. God, I fucking love. I love it. Men in Black. I don't rate the Men in Black film at all. I rate the fucking villain. Vincent D'Onofrio in that is fucking superb, and it lives rent free in my brain. Yeah, just the movements and the fucking just like when he's walking down the street after being in the restaurant where he's killed the thing and stole the cat, and he's just walking down, some guy just looking at me, just goes.
He's having a fucking ball in that one. He's having a fucking
But yeah, exactly. But it's the same thing, isn't it? So, like, every film from this film is like dialed up to 11 for Men in Black. You can see it because the same kind of beats are there. Sort of like the fish out of water.
I was going to say, like, you talk about Men in Black. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly
because,
that.
Like, Maclachlan is basically Tommy Lee Jones. He knows what's going on. He's revealing small little tidbits to him. Obviously, we don't have the massive induction, when the whole Men in Black thing, but. It's those small little tidbits are revealed, the revelation that, you're involved in this now, this is what it has to be. And then almost, if you like, at the end, this sort of like, I'm handing it over to you kind of thing. Obviously not exactly like that in any way, but even like that, like I said, down to the weapon thing, it looks like the noisy cricket. So there's elements here where you can quite clearly see maybe some visual cues were taken, for other films going forward. You get that with a lot of these old cult classics, don't you? So it stands to reason,
there's definitely some correlation.
And I think the movement from the alien across all of them, how like sort of rigid and, sort of the way he turns, he doesn't really, when he turns his head, it's kind of like, using it from the chest upwards, kind of like, kind of like...
Yeah, like a bird or something.
Yeah. So there's a lot there, and you get that in Men in Black as well with Vincent D'Onofrio's character. So yeah, there's definitely some correlation.
It'd be a nice double bill, I think. Put these two on. They're definitely. I mean, Men in Black dial everything up apart from the violence, I would say.
Yeah, good God, yeah.
But I mean, it is still quite violent. But the violence is towards aliens, isn't it? It's not because in this film the alien is inhabiting a human body, so the damage is done to the human body. But in Men in Black, they blow the guy's head off, and it grows back. And again, that's so they can show that because it grows back. They can't with that age rating and stuff. But yeah, no, I didn't really think of it. I mean, I know I mentioned Men in Black earlier, but I didn't. I was like, oh shit, yeah, there is quite a lot of kind of connective tissue there. I can definitely see maybe some influence. Yeah, absolutely. I think there are a few other films out there like this, like that has like a character that that's kind of preying on people, or they need to like a vampire film, I guess, kind of thing. They're feeding, or need to move on, or change bodies, or add different body parts to themselves, or things like that, or swap body. There's a lot of body swap and kind of things like body snatchers as well. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I think maybe other films have cribbed from this, and in some cases to more success. But yeah, I still think this is great fun. I think
absolutely.
I watched it this morning. I was like, yeah, it's still a banger. Still loving it. Still, there's no change in my mind.
It's still goddamn hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny. It's sharp. It's got like an emotional beat, because I like when they're trying to. Because obviously there's always that like, oh, you're out of your jurisdiction, and I'm going to take over this job. Because, Clu Gulager's in it as well. I forgot to mention him, who was in Return of the Living Dead and a few other films. Yeah. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, which was by the same director, so that makes sense.
It's all connected.
All connected. I think it's a banger. I think again you could put it on with Lethal Weapon as a double bill, and I think it would work. I think you'd have a great kind of buddy cop, and again it's buddy cop but with a slightly different edge to it as well. With that, the idea that it's not just like, oh, you're slightly different. It's like you're light years different from me, but however we still have common ground, and that's where they bridge their worlds together, because they both lost partners, and it's affected them. And they're like, yeah, surely the FBI wouldn't like you. You shouldn't really be on this because it's too personal. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm doing it.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
I can do it. And yeah, no, this is just great fun. I think if you like the concept, if you like the idea of an action horror sci-fi movie, if you like the films that we've referenced, I think check it out. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Again, you probably wouldn't know what was on the tin because it's quite vague. But once you know, I think once you get that description of Terminator meets Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
It doesn't demand anything of you either. Like we're saying, there's no period where you have to sort of sit and go, like, what does this all mean? What is it trying to tell me? There's none of that. And while those films are perfectly fine, and we all need them. Like this is like the perfect sort of Friday night kind of movie. Yeah. I mean, I watched it last night, and I had a couple of beers, and I was chilled. I was in this chair, and it's that kind of movie. It is literally the pinnacle of movies that we don't get anymore, and we're never going to get again. Because this is the type of movie you can literally imagine, like back in the 80s, late 80s, going to the cinema, going to a midnight showing, getting a couple of beers, watching it, and coming away going, "What the fuck was that? That was great." Because that's what it is. And as soon as the film ended, I went, "What the fuck was that? That was fantastic."
Yeah.
Like I had a blast right the way through, from the first minute to the last, because the opening credits, it starts off straight away in those opening credits, right up until the last sort of sequence. You know, I blast
It
of
doesn't drop the ball. It really doesn't drop the ball.
It doesn't.
Like I definitely get your criticism about that dinner scene.
Yeah, it just felt a bit hokey. That's the best way to describe it. It just felt a bit hokey.
Yeah,
Like,
but I absolutely get it. But you're never bored for a minute. For minute one, you are not fucking bored with this film until it ends. And you know, and again, like you said, it doesn't demand you don't have to like remember who the fuck this is or who the fuck that is, or you know. And the characters in there, they all play a role, and you kind of like them. And like when you lose them, like even like the other police officers, I quite like the guy who keeps getting handed stuff. Like the guy's like he keeps adding to his case files. Like he's like, oh, you're gonna have to take this. It's like, no, don't give it to me. No, oh, give it to me again. And then he comes in and with more information, he finds out that Carl Maclachlan is not who he says he is. Which again is like, you know, good work. I know, you know, and they, you know, they're ripping into each other and like, oh yeah, I need to see my wife, and he's like, yeah, I saw her last night. She says hi, you know, all this sort of stuff. And yeah, he's a cool little actor. I recognise him from a few things. He does a lot of voiceover as well. And yeah, brilliant kind of just great banter as well, like good kind of characters. Again, you don't need to know much. You don't even need to pay that much attention, really. I'll be honest. Like you can walk out the room and come back and still know exactly where you are and what's happening. You know, you can make a cup of tea or, you know, skip to the toilet and come back and you'd still
get another beer.
Yeah, get another beer, exactly. And you'd still know exactly where you are. You're like, we're chasing the alien. We've got to find out who he is. Who's he inside now, and how are we going to get him, and how do we figure that out? And again, and we have that. So I did want to talk about the ending. So we talked about this is the one I kind of was like, when I first saw it, I was kind of like, okay, I'm not 100% sure on this. So as we said earlier, we meet the family. We're aware of the family. We're aware of the wife's concern about Michael Norie's character being harmed and dying potentially. And also this is one thing I didn't like when the alien shoots Michael Norie's character. Because he runs out of bullets. He just all of a sudden goes, the gun, you know, goes back, indicating he hasn't got any bullets left. And I'm like, well, dive out the fucking way. What are you doing? Like jump or hide behind something, but he just puts his hand up. And I'm like, the alien doesn't give a fuck that you're surrendering. The alien, that was the thing that made, I was like, what are you doing? You're acting like a fucking alien now. You don't know what fucking Alka-Seltzer is.
So it was a little bit weak, wasn't it, that moment?
Yeah,
it's like
weak sauce.
Shouldn't have had that sort of reaction. It should have been, fuck, and then takes the hit straight away. None that, oh fucking hell, literally just like, oh shit, I'm out in the open.
It was a bit awkward, to be honest. It felt a bit awkward, even for the actor, like the actor doing it. For Michael Norie, it felt like this feels wrong.
Yeah,
you know?
It doesn't strike me that kind of character that would do that.
Yeah,
even though he has a family, it doesn't strike like that'd be the thing he does. It would literally be like, oh fuck!
Why would the
realization
alien,
in the instant, like
and why would the alien hesitate as well? Why would he wait? He would fucking instantly shoot.
Because he's not hesitated at any point throughout the entire movie.
For any reason, at any point.
Never hesitated once.
No,
he's killed everybody he's come across.
Yeah,
in less than a second, and yet.
So that was my issue, but I did like that Carl Maclachlan is like really concerned about him, because he's like, oh shit, my only friend now I'm gonna lose another partner. I like that kind of moment where he's kind of holding his hand, and he's like, you know, and then he after he does kill him with the flamethrower, he comes out and he's like, did we get him? And he's like, well, actually, no, that's before he gets him, isn't it?
He lies to him, he
lies to him, says, yeah, we got him, don't worry. And he's like, oh, good, you know, because that's all he cares about is getting the man, getting the alien. But then he goes in and kills it. But yeah, so that's really, again, that's nice. But yeah, him just going, I guess you shoot me now.
Yeah, it's so weak.
Or
and
even
awkward,
if Carl Maclachlan jumped in front of him, because the scene later we see that he can take a bit more punishment.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he do that? Or he goes, or because he's lost a partner, he goes, and then Michael Norie's shocked that this strange odd fellow that he's known for a day would sacrifice his life for him. Like, I just think there was
it could have been it could have worked better, and you could have still taken. You could have still taken Michael Nouri out of the picture by having him be sort of like secondary injured. Yeah. So like Maclachlan stands in front of him, but it goes through him and sort of hits him, but it's not fatal. Yeah. It just takes him out of the final sequence. Yeah, could have still had that. Like just anything that like alters the dynamic, and then still have the same, the same ending, or maybe like the secondary shot, I don't know, paralyzes him or something. Yeah.
Well,
like,
he gets winged. He gets winged, doesn't he, earlier in the film on the rooftop? So just do the other arm.
Yeah,
and then have him make a comment like, "Oh, both arms." Oh, yeah, something like that. Oh, why does he keep shooting my arms? Anything. But just like, I just felt like that was just shit. That one little bit. Anyway, we get to again, the alien's dead, but Cal Maclachlan has been arrested, but he's heavily injured because he's been shot to shit. But he's still alive. He's in the hospital, and we learn that Michael Nouri's character is dying. The family are crying. The wife's in bits. So he's not going to make it. Basically, it implies. And Cal Maclachlan sees this. He walks in, and he decides to. Now, initially, I thought, is he giving him his life force, or is he transfer? I wasn't entirely clear.
I think it's life force. I don't think it's. I don't think it's transferring to personality.
But then this is the thing. I think now. I thought initially it was life force, but now I think it might be him living in the body of Michael Nouri, that he's transferred, like the other alien creature, into his body, because when he looks at the little girl, they share that moment again that they did in the house, Clown Maclachlan. So I think that indicates that it's not Michael Nouri anymore. It's now Cal Maclachlan's consciousness in that body, and now he can look after them and care for them. Now that he's dead, he's looking after his friend's partner. I don't know how that works when this film ends, because it's just going to be like, yes, hello, my wife. Is it still going to be like Cal Maclachlan? It's like,
are we having peas and mashed potatoes again?
And they never indicate like he would inherit the memories or anything, or that he would, know
they have
everything.
That brief. There is a bit of brief dialogue, isn't there, with him and his wife?
Yeah.
When he comes around immediately. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit ambiguous, isn't it?
It is a bit ambiguous. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but it just... It was, maybe it was necessary, I don't know, but so many of these 80s and 90s films end when the villain dies. So I think you could have had that moment again where the woman points and goes, "Look, an alien!" And then he burns, shoots the alien gun, kills the alien slug, and that's it. You could have just ended it there and just like roll credits, because so many films do that. But I kind of glad we have the little epilogue, really, and I appreciate that, and it tells me a little bit more about both of the characters, Cal Maclachlan especially. But yeah, it was kind of just a bit like, I was just like, I'm not sure if I'm 100% sold on this. When, like you said, throughout the film we've been sold on everything else, but this is just a bit like, feels like a different movie almost, or feels like I did read that the writer who I can't remember his name, but he wrote National Treasure with Nick Cage. His initial treatment was good, but nobody would take it up because it wasn't like sellable or marketable. So Jack Shoulder read it and was like, okay, we're going to make an action movie. We're going to make it this alien action movie. And I think maybe that was like something left over maybe from that script, or that part of the script maybe. Because it does feel a bit odd. Even the soundtrack is not quite the same. The music's kind of...
Yeah, to be fair, the soundtrack I found... Yeah, there's a bit of the soundtrack that I found a bit intrusive earlier on the film.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's just some of the action sequences. The soundtrack is just a bit like, it's a bit too din din diddly din. I'm like, I don't fucking need that. Just shut up and show me the stripper firing that shotgun.
Your favorite bit.
It's just fucking ludicrous. It's brilliant.
It was amazing.
It's excellent.
I do like the use of the heavy rock and the heavy metal. I think that's fun, because that's like, and he keeps turning it up because he loves it so much, and I think that's good. But I think the score is kind of, it's unusual. I don't think it's a bad score, but it's it sometimes doesn't feel quite right in certain scenes and scenarios, like the ending. But but I mean, I don't think I've got much else to say about Andy other than people should just check it out.
I agree. I think this is definitely one that I would recommend if you're having one of those Friday nights on your own kind of thing. You just after something that's a bit chaotic, a bit balls to the wall. You've got a couple of beers in the fridge. I highly recommend it. I think it's an absolute blast. An hour and 40 odd minutes of just weird carnage. Yeah, and I love it. I think it's great. Really do. This is one of those movies that I think if you saw it as like an Arrow 4K release, it'd be like, I'm buying that straight away. Like straight away, it'd be on that
I've got it on Blu-ray. It's not it's not got all the bells and whistles. But if they did bring out like a proper decent one with extras and stuff, I'd probably buy it again. Yeah,
I think I would if I saw it as an Arrow 4K release, I'd be straight on it straight away. Absolutely. Even like a Criterion release or something like that, but they're a bit stuffy Criterion these days, aren't they?
It can be,
but definitely Arrow, because Arrow's been going back and doing some of these old action movies, haven't they? Bringing them out, and they've got the license to John Woo movies and everything. Which
they have. Yeah,
for God's sake, give me Hard Boiled on 4K.
Yeah,
fucking hell. So
I'd
like to see them going back and doing some of these old. These late 80s, mid 80s action movies. These really bizarre. Because they did that. Demons, didn't they? What was it, Demons?
They've done Demons. They've done you name it. They've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out soon as well. They just announced that. They've got the the first 3 films, at least the live action ones anyway. I think they're great. There's a lot of cool like labels out there. Like I like Umbrella from Australia. I bought a film that I'm going to bring up in this series at some point from there, because I was like I'm going to get that because it was a nice collection as well. Came with something else as well. Like 88 Films, 101 Films, both UK Blu-ray distributors. I follow them as well because I follow them on social media because it's good to have them there, because you discover things from them announcing films like, I've never heard of that. Why have I never heard of that? And then you go, oh shit, that sounds amazing and looks cool. And I saw I think they're doing a film called The Cat, which is like a Japanese movie, and there's a clip from that, and it's an alien cat. And there's a Rottweiler, and they run towards each other, and the cat jumps on its back, and I shit you not, does a front flip and throws the Rottweiler just over its head, and it's absolutely mental. I've got to watch the whole film, but I was like, what? And I was like, I'm sure I've heard of this, but I was like, let me, is this? Because I think I found it like a TikTok or I don't know, on Instagram or something. This clip, and I was like, where the fuck is that film from? That's going on my watch list on Letterboxd. It's fucking mental. But they've got stuff like that coming out. So I always follow these Blu-ray or DVD labels, even the ones that I won't necessarily buy, but ones in America as well, because you never know what you might fucking find, like The Hidden. You'll find a hidden gem. There was a sequel to this film. It's not
I looked it up.
Not well received. And I
won't be bothering with that one at all. I don't think
I will.
Gone are the days when I treat things as completionism. Like I think the Transformers movies actually ruined that.
Right.
I used to be a completionist, if you remember, just like fucking watching all the sequels, buying them all.
Yeah.
And it was the Transformers movies that I just went, I am not fucking watching these anymore. I can't be fucking arsed.
No.
So I've stopped buying them as well. So I literally only buy and watch what is interesting. So I just I had a brief review of it, like sort of overview of it earlier on today, and I was like, oh god, I'm not going to waste my time with that. I'm not going to read any more about it either.
Well, did you watch Transformers 1? Did you see that?
No, I didn't fancy it. Trailers put me off.
They put me off as well, but I ended up going to see it anyway, right at the last minute, and it is pretty good. I think you'd like it. I do think you'd like it.
But even then, it's the knowledge that it was an absolute flop, so there's not going to be any more.
One. Yeah.
So,
I've
also become very sort of,
unfortunately,
like hard line with that kind of stuff, because my time is precious,
finite.
Finite. Yeah, that's the perfect word. So it's kind of like, Same with TV shows. I mean, we've discussed it before, haven't we? Like, why would I watch something if I know that's baiting a sequel? If I know we're never going to get a sequel, or if it's baiting a second season, if I know we're never going to get a second season, or we're going to be waiting 3 or 4 years for a second season. I can't be asked. I don't have time. I don't have the patience. Just get on with it, or don't fucking bother at all. So
and this film gets on with it.
Yeah, like going back to Transformers 1, I think the marketing utterly failed that film.
Yeah.
And I'll have it. We'll probably catch it. It'll be on if
It'll be on
Andy
stream.
wants to watch it at some point
it'll be on
5 or
Netflix
6 years' time if it's there. It'll probably be a catch it in the background.
I think you would like it. I think it's better than it has any credit to be. Because when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, an origin Transformers movie sounds fucking ace. And then, like you, I saw that trailer and I went, "This looks like the worst piece of garbage I've ever seen." I was like, "I'm definitely not seeing that," because I'm the same now. I even with Marvel stuff, even with franchises I like, I'm very much like if you have that much money and you're putting that much effort into marketing, you have to fucking get the trailer right.
Yeah.
If you can't get the trailer right, why the fuck should I go and see it? Why the fuck should I spend my good money to see it? And again, I know that the directors are not in charge of the trailers, and marketing teams and producers do that. Yeah. But still, if you fuck that up, why bother? But again, it was absolutely like, I think we would go. I think it was me and Matt. We were going to go see a film, and it wasn't on, or it wasn't quite what we wanted, or it was a 3D or some shit. And we said, oh, why don't we just do Transformers 1? I was like, yeah, fair enough. And I think it was like maybe the last showing they were ever going to do of it. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? We're here now, so we might as well. And but if it comes up, I wouldn't go out of your way to like buy it or anything. But if it comes up, I think you should check it out. I think it is humorous. It does have that kind of Marvel kind of quippiness about it, but it's still actually quite good. And I think the arc for Megatron, you would absolutely eat it up. I think the Megatron arc is brilliant. I think best part about the movie. But Andy, now I have given you it was quite a again, very similar, but very two opposite ends of the spectrum of an alien movie. I very much enjoyed Signs. I thought it was amazing. But this was definitely something different. So what are you going to treat me with next?
Right, so I was going through your list again earlier on, and I was thinking, well, we're coming up to October, aren't we? And because there's been a bit of a longer gap than I think we would have liked.
Sure.
Between this one and Signs and whatever. Shit just went wrong, didn't it? Like, I had to get a new computer and all this kind of stuff, and then this happens.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, we're in October. We need to press on and be like on the ball with this, don't we?
Yeah.
So I was having a look through your list, and I was like, what have you got on here that's sort of like, thrillery kind of horror based mystery, psychological movies and whatever. Okay. And one just picked up on your list, and it's about 2 U.S. Marshals that go to a mental institution on an island, and it's Martin Scorsese, director, and it stars an actor who was at this point in the 2010s at the height of sort of like a resurgence in performances. Leonardo DiCaprio. It's Shutter Island, boys and girls.
Oh.
We're going to put you through Shutter Island.
Rightio.
Now, I haven't seen this film for about 10 years, so I'm excited myself. But I think it could be up there as a good one to watch. Yeah. It's very bizarre. It's not what you'd expect Martin Scorsese at this point, but obviously, Cape Fear and all that. So I
Okie doke. Yeah.
Shutter Island.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm up for that. I like some creepy, weird, detective-y stuff, mental asylum stuff. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, it's one that's again been on the list for a while. I think I may have started watching that with Nathan maybe, but I don't think I finished it, or I left, or something happened, or maybe I caught a bit of it maybe at some point. But yeah, I definitely haven't seen it to completion. So yeah, I'd be interested.
Yeah.
I do. I love Goodfellas when we did that. I was a big fan of that. I liked King of Comedy, Taxi Driver. I like. I'm probably forgetting some of the ones I have seen of his that are good. But yeah, so yeah, I'm well up for that. So yeah, Shutter Island.
Good.
Excellent. Right.
Yeah, so there you go.
There we go. So tune in for that one.
Get your fucking your hat and your coat on. We're off to some fucking inhospitable island to look at some nutters.
So the only place I want to be is an inhospitable island with some nutters. Okie doke. Right. Well, yes, as always, you can find me at spiderdownandsecretballs.com. Go and check me out. I've just finished our long and excellent epic band movie month that Andy helped us out with as well when we did Slender Man. Luckily, this is not at the quality of Slender Man, this film, thank God. But yeah, go check that out. Again, half of them are with me, half of them are on them on, so go and subscribe to them. And Tanya's going to be starting her banned books week. I've recorded for that, so go and check that out when it does come out. It will be released during banned books week, so go do that. What about you, Andy? What have you got coming up, or where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me where I always am, lurking in the backdrops of YouTube. Yeah, Angry Andy Reviews. Obviously, I'm still on X as well. Don't really post much at the moment. But yeah, you can find me Andy_review. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can find me there. At the moment, I need to watch the final episode of Alien Earth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one, that show. Started off really good, and then started strong, and then I've kind of just gone. But
that's a shame.
See what the finale's like. I'm a bit behind. Obviously, the finale aired on Wednesday. I've not looked at what anybody else has put on it. I've been a bit too busy. So, yeah, get that out. It might be out by the time this is up. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, other than that, not really much going on at the moment. Kind of just taking it as it comes.
Yeah, of course.
When I've got time, I've got time. So yeah.
I've pre-recorded everything for Halloween, just solo for me. Patrons have that already available, so I'm going to have a bit more time. But I am away the last week in October, which is why I've kind of done it early, just to facilitate that, and so it gives me time to sort all the other bullshit out before I go over there. But yes, and then I've got a couple in November, and then we'll be starting Alternativity Stories. We're going to kick it off, you and me, covering Hook as well.
Yes.
That'll be an interesting discussion. I've been watching some videos on it, doing some research on it already. But yeah,
everybody hated that film.
Everyone hates it.
Apart from me, everyone hates that film.
Hates it. But yeah,
even the actors hated it.
I don't think Derek's a fan. If I remember rightly, I think he was like. But again, I think for the millennial audience, I think the millennial audience is pretty keen on a Hook. I think in general, but I think anybody else outside of that generation is Hook can get
it was very much like a book stop kind of thing of like, no, this is dreadful.
Yeah, never again. What was this? This is the worst Spielberg thing ever. I was like, no,
it isn't.
1941. 1941 is the worst thing, and then maybe AI, because that's fucking shit as well.
Compared to AI, Hook is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah,
AI is
100%.
fucking. It's such a drag AI. It's whenever I think of it, I'm just like,
makes me mad. It makes me mad thinking about it. It makes me mad. Like, I remember we discussed it during our robot month how much I fucking hate. I did that. I did that and fucking Bicentennial Man back to back. And I was like, why the fuck have I done this to myself? This is fucking horror. Exactly. I was like, fucking, erase my fucking memory.
Whenever I think about AI, I just feel like, fucking hell, I just want to have a stroke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just,
Yeah. Just to clarify, the AI the film, not
Yeah.
artificial intelligence at the moment or generative AI or anything like that.
Well,
That's a
just
whole
say,
other
if
fucking
AI,
conversation.
if our AI in our world turns out to be AI, anything like AI in that fucking film, we've got nothing to worry about because it'll just be a depressing, boring existence of.
I did see a post today saying that next year we would get a fully AI film. I would like
off.
I'd like you to review that for me just to see how fucking dreadful it is.
I'll do a pre-review.
Yeah,
Load of arse.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you go. That'll be my pre-review as well.
If we make it that far, we might have if the fucking conspiracy nuts are having it, we'll have aliens by November. It's all right.
We'll be raptured. That was what was happening the other day, wasn't it? Everyone was like, thought we were going to be raptured in 23rd or 24th of September, and they're all really disappointed and like butthurt now. They're like, somebody told me we're getting raptured, and we weren't raptured. Oh, like all the other fucking times you were supposed to be raptured in history, they've never fucking occurred.
Oh my word! What a world we live in.
What a world indeed. But thank you again, Andy. I'm glad you enjoyed this one. I cherry picked it for you. I was like, there's certain films where I'm like, Andy better like this, or I'm a very bad judge of character.
Yeah, well, you better like Shutter Island, otherwise I'm going to have to come over there and put you in a mental asylum. So
I'm already in one. Okay, right. Thank you again, guys. And remember to go over to Andy to see Shutter Island, his channel. Not here. It will not be here. Again, I don't know why I have to remind people, but I'm going to fucking do it. Make sure
do it every time.
You go. We're sharing the experience. We're sharing the silver screen. So go over to Andy when that one comes out, or subscribe to him. Make sure you're there. So when it does come out, then you'll see it and you can watch it or you can listen to it. And, well, I mean, you'll have to do both if it's on YouTube. But unless you close your eyes for some reason or turn down the contrast on your TV, and then you just listen to us. If you want to do that, you can do that. But yes, so make sure you're always alternating between the two channels, much like the Band Movie Month. Again, one for me, one for Andy, one for me, one for Andy. And yeah, and we'll see what I think of Shutter Island. I'm very interested to see. And I'm going to go shut myself away now and have
you do that.
have a after this carnage and chaotic evening of squibs and carnage, of cars exploding and strippers shooting shotguns and slugs being burnt alive. I'm going to have a chilled Saturday evening, I think.
Lovely.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.